What's up, YouTube? Thought I would go live here on this Saturday as my wife is at work at some soccer games so that I could share with you guys an update on my collecting goals and where I'm at in 2018 since we're upon the completion of August, pretty much 2/3 of the way through the year. Pretty crazy, huh? And it's been a pretty awesome collecting year and awesome year for my life so far. I've been really blessed. God's been good to me. But wanted to share a couple things with you guys as I go through some collecting goals updates, and hopefully some people will join in live. If not, I'll post up this video when I'm done. So to kind of run through all of my collecting goals for 2018, the number one thing was to pay off my honeymoon and a card that I already had so I could start collecting again. And that card that I purchased right before getting married, great move, right? Was this Babe Ruth, and any excuse to show off a Babe Ruth, right? There it is. The Perez Steel Babe Ruth cut auto. It's my dream card, my holy grail. I was very happy to add that in, it was March? I think it was March of this year. Time flies, man. It's been a busy year. But that's my Babe Ruth auto. So I did succeed in paying off the Ruth and our honeymoon. We went to Seattle. I saw a Mariners game, saw King Felix pitch against Shohei Ohtani, saw Cano play, saw Mike Trout hit a homer live that I have a video of on my phone. Maybe I'll throw that in here later sometime, share with you guys. But very cool, sitting 10 rows back of home. It was awesome. Then we went to Hawaii for the rest of our honeymoon, so it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. But I paid that off so that I could start collecting again. So the number two thing I had on my collecting list was the pre-50s cards that I wanted to do. I wanted to add at least 10 cards from pre-1950 for my vintage sets. And I've already hit that one. I've added 17 cards, mostly some 1940 play balls, I think one or two 33 Goudeys, to get me 17 new pre-50s cards, which was pretty cool. Then the third goal was to add 25 autographs that I need. And any of you guys that have watched my channel at all know that I collect Hall of Famers, 95 World Series Braves, 57 World Series Braves, Perfect Game Pitchers Club, 3,000 Hit Club, 500 Home Run Club, 600 Stolen Base Club, 300 Win Club, 3,000 K Club, which is a lot. So I just had to add 25 autographs that met one of those criteria, and so far I've added 14 this year. So 14 of 25 for 56%, which isn't too bad, but I'd like to hit that goal here in the last few months. The next goal was to acquire 700 vintage cards from my sets. And the sets that I collect are 1933, 34, 36, and 38 Goudey, and then 39, 40, 41 play ball, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55 Bowman, the Redman sets that range from 1952 to 1955, and then all of the top sets ranging from the 51 tops red and blue backs all the way to 1969 tops. So anything that was added for any of those sets would count towards my vintage total goal for the year. And I have to give a big shout out to Passion for Cards, Matt. You're a big reason why I already hit this goal already. Can't thank you enough. I'll keep thanking you for what you did for me, sending me that giant package of vintage cards. Loved going through those, but I've already met this goal for this year, largely thanks to Matt, who sent probably 200 plus cards for this, but my goal is to hit 700 for the year, and I've already added 804, so that's awesome. Great to add some vintage. Then the fifth thing that I actually started at the end of last year was I wanted to build a Ultimate Collection storage unit. I was kind of inspired from Mike Baseball Collector's The Beast, where he's got all his PSA and other cards stored in there. And my idea was to take it a step further and, one up Mike, of course. I mean, what else am I going to do? And my design is built to hold all of my cards that are, in top loaders, magnetics, that kind of thing. I don't do graded cards, but like this Ruth, some are slabbed, so they need to be able to hold those oversized Perez steels. And it would also hold all of my autographed baseballs in it. It would also hold all of my vintage set folders, because Binder Life Forever, shout out to G's Mikey. And my friend Joey Brings It, who's also a big vintage guy, so he'd like seeing all those sets being held in there. It would hold all that and all of my bobbleheads. So as you can imagine, this thing is going to be massive. And the one challenge we ran into was my dad lives 2.5 hours away from me in my hometown, and I don't get up there that often during the summer because I'm busy with work at the ballpark. And so he got a little slack while I wasn't there. But really and truly, he was probably just waiting on me to be around to help him with the project. So it's about halfway done. We did make some progress. I got to go up there about a week or so ago and spend a few days helping with that, see my family, that kind of stuff. So it's getting close. I'll hope to post an update video soon, and after that, hopefully sharing it with you guys in its complete state before the year is over. So that one's not done yet. The next goal on my list was to acquire 10 bobbleheads. As you can see behind me, I've got some up there. And I've been able to add a few this year, but not that many. My goal was just 10, and I've only added 4. The thing with bobbleheads is just getting them shipped to you is so expensive. It adds on $10, $15 to the price of a bobblehead just to get it shipped to you because the things are so heavy. So I like to pick them up at shows in person and stuff when I can. Usually I can get them a lot cheaper that way, but I haven't been able to go to a lot of shows yet this year, so maybe later in this season, while I'm working on these goals, I can pick up a few. But if not, maybe I'll pick up some online. I'd really like to hit that goal. So I've only picked up 4 out of 10 for 40%. The next goal on my list was to acquire 10 autographed baseballs. Okay, so I collect autographed baseballs for all of the clubs I mentioned earlier in my sets and all of that, the milestone clubs, Hall of Famers, whatnot. And I've actually added 8 this year out of 10. That was my goal. So I'm really, really close on that one. Largely in part of getting to go to Cooperstown Hall of Fame weekend this year, meeting some guys, getting some autographs on baseballs. I met Ricky Henderson, Jim Palmer, Pete Rose, who's the other one? Eddie Murray. So that was really, really cool to get some of those in person. Needless to say, I'm hooked on that. I want to do some more in-person Hall of Fame autographs for my baseballs. But like I said, just lacking 2 on that goal. So just 2 autographed baseballs away, guys. Then the 8th goal on my list, I've got 12. The 8th one was to attend 2 card shows. And I've met that goal. I went to 2 card shows this year. And as a bonus, I got to go to Cooperstown Hall of Fame weekend again. So that one was a big success for this year. My 9th goal was to upload all my PC videos to YouTube. So that's my 3,000 Hit Club, 500 Home Run Club, Perfect Game Pitchers, etc. in their own individual videos. Now, the mistake I made as a YouTube rookie was to make a ton of videos all at once and post them all immediately instead of kind of spreading them out, especially as I got more followers and everything to kind of let more people see those. So some of my best videos, in my opinion, like where I show all my Hall of Fame stuff, has like 30 views on it. And I have almost 150 subs now, so I may have to go back and redo a showcase or something like that and share those again. But I do have all of my PCs per se uploaded. Sure, some of them have been added to, and I'll do updates and things like that, mail days, whatnot. But I feel like for the purpose of this goal, I've met that one for this year. The next thing was to complete the vintage component on my website. So for those of you who haven't checked it out or haven't seen it, my website is thepointguard, all one word, .weebly.com, and I have everything that I have in my collection, I think, pretty expansively organized. There's tabs on there where you can go to, my recent pickups, my vintage needs, my modern needs, basketball needs, a section for my videos, Hall of Fame where I have all of the guys alphabetically and a little biography about them, as well as what I have of each one, whether it's incoming or here's the picture of the bobblehead of Pujols, the autograph of Pujols, whatever it is. Then all my sets, my vintage sets have their own page for each one, the milestone clubs, etc., etc. But for the purpose of the goal for this year, what I wanted to do is create my vintage sets pages individually to where there would be a picture of each card. So 1954 Topps, for example, which I have completed. Number 1, there would be a place for a picture, Ted Williams, and it would say that under it. Number 2, whatever that card is, a place for the picture and the name of it. And I wanted to do that for the entire set. So there would be an individual picture of every single vintage card in every single vintage set that I have, which is a lot. Okay, I didn't really realize how big of an undertaking that was at the beginning, and also marking the ones that I don't have the card yet, coming soon with a picture there. So I've literally been working on that in my spare time since December of last year, and I'm going in reverse chronological order. I went through all of the 60s, and I'm down to 52 Topps. And what I mean by that is I've just got the pages set up and the coming soon pictures in there. Not to mention scanning all of the actual vintage cards I have and uploading those pictures and putting them in the correct place. So I don't think what I originally thought this goal would be I will meet, because it's just a daunting task. So my revised goal of that is just get all of the pages in place to where hopefully in 2019 I can scan all those individual cards, get them in the correct place, but just have all of these labeled and the coming soon ones in there. So goal number 10 is a work in progress. Goal number 11 was for me to get to 100 total different Hall of Fame autographs. I started the year at 79 and I'm now at 92. So I'm very, very close to that. Just 8 more Hall of Fame autographs with basically 4 months to go of the year. If I had 2 a month, I'm there. Also, the nice thing for me, if I'm close to a lot of things, getting close to Christmas, my brother and my parents, and hopefully my wife soon, will get on board with getting me collection stuff for Christmas, which is pretty much all I've got from my brother and family the last couple years, which, as a collector, is pretty great. So just 8 more Hall of Fame autographs to go there. The last goal, and something I want to share with you guys soon, I've seen other guys do it, Bill Hall of Fame collector jumps to mind. He shared how he documents everything in his spreadsheets and tracks all of his stuff. And I'm a big Google Docs, Excel guy too. I track all that stuff. I love seeing percentages of how much I've completed of different things. Whether it's all the 50s vintage sets or Hall of Fame autographs or Hall of Fame baseballs, or player completion. What do I need of Stan Musial to complete the player run for him? I love seeing that stuff. So my last goal was to get to 33% of my overall collection goals complete. And the way I look at it is I see it as a lifetime goal. My spreadsheets have everything I can possibly want over the course of my lifetime, so that I don't feel like I have to focus on 10 items. I've got to pick up these 10 items and I'm not looking at anything else, even if it's a good deal. So that way I've done all the research, I have all the lists, and wherever I run into a good deal, that's what I'll pick up next. And that's why a lot of these goals were kind of broad and vague. Oh, good morning, Smitty. Just saw your comment pop up. Thanks for tuning in, man. At least I got one live watcher. But anyways, my collection spreadsheets have everything in it as an item of, an autographed baseball for a player, bobblehead for the player, the rookie card for the player, and each vintage card is also an individual item. That being said, I have 13,288 needs. Okay, so that's like the 54 set, it's 250 cards. That means each individual card is a need. All right, so while it seems like a big number, a huge component of it is the individual vintage cards, which could be a quarter for the 60s tops. So now in terms of needs, 13,288. My goal was to get to 33 overall % complete of my collection this year. And I have 4,528 of these items, and that is 34.08%. So I've already met the goal. So to recap really quick of my goals that I had for this year and which ones I've completed. Pay off the Babe Ruth and the Honeymoon, check. Acquire 10 pre-50s cards for my sets, check. Acquire 25 autos I need 11 more. Acquire 700 vintage cards for my sets, check. Complete building my ultimate storage unit, almost done, but not yet. Acquire 10 bobbleheads, only got 4 of 10 so far. Acquire 10 autographed baseballs, 8 of 10, really close. Attend 2 card shows, check. Upload all PC YouTube videos, check. Complete the vintage component on my website, it'll take me a decade, so not done. Get to 100 different Hall of Fame autos, very close, 8 more. And get to 33% of my collection completed, check. So 6 out of 12 I've got done. So the last thing I want to share with you guys, and hopefully somebody will be able to help me, is when I went to Cooperstown this year and was getting some autographs in person and everything, I met and got an autograph from Pete Rose. Oh, what's up, brother? What's up, Impact player Josh? Hope you're doing well, man. I got an autograph of Pete Rose, got a video taken with him, talked to him for a couple minutes. It was pretty cool. I had went to Cincinnati the weekend before and was like, yeah, I was in Cincinnati last weekend. And he was like, oh, me too. And I was like, why don't you say hey? And he laughed. He's like, I must not have seen you. But it was really cool to pay the extra money to meet Pete Rose and get an autographed baseball. And the reason I'm bringing that story up is I actually already had one. So now I have 2 Pete Rose autographs, both of them authenticated and everything like that. But I don't need 2 Pete Rose baseballs. And here is the one that I am getting rid of. This Pete Rose ball right here. It's got JSA authentication with it. I'll show that to you guys. It's right here. JSA. And what I want to do with it is, sure, I would sell it for like 60 bucks ship, 50 bucks ship, something like that. But what I would rather do is trade it to someone in the YouTube community for something that I need. So, as I mentioned these goals and just went through all of that, the main things I want to look for are 2 autographed baseballs that I need, since I'm just 2 away, so I'd take 1 or 2 of those. Usually Hall of Famers and Milestone Club members just ask if you guys have anything along those lines, or any autographs that I need. And to kind of help you guys know what I'm looking for, you can go to my website, which is thepointguard.weebly.com. You can look under my vintage or my modern needs to, see if you guys might have something that I have or would be looking for. And also, I want to shoot a video sharing my spreadsheets soon, kind of showing you guys how they work and all that kind of stuff. But if you tuned in, Smitty, Josh, thank you guys for checking out this video, and I hope some other people will once it's posted up after going live. So thanks for checking out my goals for this year. Let me know if you're interested in the Pete Rose ball. Hope you guys all have a great Labor Day weekend. God bless.